What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Yesterday evening we had Bitcoin retest the all-time highs, uh, running up to $73,600 before falling down here this morning. So, are we going to see some sort of pullback for Bitcoin, or are we going to continue ripping towards the upside? Well, we'll discuss that more in a moment. But I just wanted to remind you of what we saw on MSTR whenever we did break those all-time highs. Uh, we did have a run up and some sort of pullback and consolidation for just a couple of days before moving higher. So will we see that for Bitcoin? Well, it is possible. As we know, Q4 is typically very bullish for Bitcoin, uh, mainly in October and November. We have, on average, 22% gains on Bitcoin in October and 46% gains in November. So it looks like it's about to be some exciting times for Bitcoin and crypto. But today, first, I want to discuss a couple ways to gain exposure to Bitcoin. And then I've got a couple other stocks and markets that I've been looking at that are shaping up to do very well potentially. So we'll get into all that. So you know what to do. Be sure to hit that like button if you like this video, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And let's get into the video. All right, guys. So first off, I wanted to start with MSTX. This is a MicroStrategy, a 1.75 long fund that was launched back in August. Would I buy it here? Well, I probably look to see if we do get some sort of pullback. As you can see, we are in this upward sloping trend, and every time we come down to this trend line, well, we do see buyers step in on MSTX. But there is possibility that we come back down and retest one of these other levels, depending on if uh, MicroStrategy itself pulls back. Of course, we know MicroStrategy is basically a 2x leverage relative to Bitcoin. And we just had another fund that launched, MSTU, which is a 2x MicroStrategy uh, ETF fund, and right now that is sitting at 82.91. This is relatively new, just launched about a month after MSTX. So I'm kind of waiting to see what shapes up here for these things. Are we going to see some sort of pullback in Bitcoin and MicroStrategy? Well, it seems like the ETFs and MicroStrategy doesn't pull back typically as much as Bitcoin, or is not quite as volatile, because typically with these ETFs, people aren't trading these every day. A lot of people that are in the stock market and ETF world do tend to hold their positions for longer terms, so they're not trading these things every day. But another piece of news I wanted to point out, this post by 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗶𝗺𝗃 over on X. He says MSTX is raising the leverage on its MicroStrategy ETF from 1.75 to 2x to match MSTU. So basically now both of these funds are a 2x leverage, and he wrote both now tied for the most volatile ETF in America, effectively providing a 4x Bitcoin exposure. So that is interesting. It's really interesting to see what is going on in these markets and learning more about them. We also had Google's earnings released, and the stock rallied 6% after in some impressive earnings. There's a couple things I wanted to point out here. These key facts: shareholders of Alphabet rallied almost 7% by mid morning, adding more than 130 billion in market capitalization as the stock got a boost from Bumper third quarter results shared after Tuesday's market close. The big thing I wanted to really point out here is the internet giant generated 2.12 earnings per share instead, and 26.3 billion in income compared to the 1.8 for profit and the 22.9 billion net profit. So some pretty big earnings there for Google, and the price of the stock has jumped to $180. I mentioned this here a few days back on this channel. We had this inverse head and shoulders pattern playing out, and we were suspecting that if Google could break the neckline here, we were going to see Google head towards that $190 target. So it looks like it may be on the way. We did shoot up and fill this gap here, although we left a gap behind. Nevertheless, I do suspect over the medium term that Google will continue to climb, and if we can break those all-time highs, well, I think Google will go much higher. Another stock that I've been keeping an eye on is SMCI, Super Macro Computer. So we have this inverse head and shoulders pattern similar to what we saw on Google playing out here. So if we can break that neckline, then I do think we are heading back towards that $64 level for Super Micro. And another market that I've been watching closely is the HSI, right now sitting at 20,488. And we are holding this level here. A couple things I did want to point out on the HSI. Obviously, we had that big run up through September into the beginning of October before pulling back based off that run. The 382 didn't quite hold, but the 50% level did, and we haven't come back down to the 618 yet, which is known as the golden pocket. So I'm still keeping an eye on this to see if we do get some sort of pullback back down to the 681, or if this level will hold and we continue to move higher. I do want to see us break this 382 level though, right around 20,900 on the HSI to confirm that we are going higher. I do think it is likely, as I did hear, that the Chinese may stimulate their economy on November 8th, right after the elections. So we know whenever they stimulate, that's when we see these big runs up. So I am looking to possibly start building a position in this area and looking at a couple different Chinese stocks as well, such as BABA. Another thing I did want to point out on this chart, if we go to the weekly time frame, we saw the bottom back here in October of 2022, and then we put in that second higher low. So we've got a double bottom playing out here for the Chinese market. And of course, this was a higher low, and we've been discussing this since we broke out of this downwards sloping channel. And we mentioned that once we did, we thought we would see a bounce and come back down to retest that area. And then we moved higher, and then we came back down, and we started to put in this upward sloping trend after 3 confirmations of that area. We did think that we would see the Chinese stock market start to move higher, and we started to see a lot of these stocks do well earlier this year. So that will be something to keep an eye on. If you're interested in buying stocks, ETFs, crypto, or gold, you can do so with Robinhood. Robinhood allows you to begin investing and building your portfolio with just as little as $1. They allow you to invest in stocks, ETFs, and options, and trade commission free. They also offer crypto such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and many more. If you're interested, there is a link down below, and when you use that link, you will receive an additional share of one stock. All right, guys, let's get into Bitcoin and crypto and what is going on there. Well, we have the Bitcoin dominance uh, appearing to run into some resistance here and potentially topping out. This is the weekly chart. And one thing I wanted to point out here on this chart is every time we have the Bitcoin dominance go up and then break down, such as back here in uh, early 2021, that's when we get these crypto rallies, and that's what we are expecting here. We've had this chart set up for a while now in this rising formation here, and we suspect that we may reject off this area somewhere where we had uh, previously acted as support and may act as resistance. So I do think that we may reject off this area at any time here, possibly in the next week or two. Um, what I would say is I would be looking for Bitcoin to potentially maybe pull back just a little bit. And really, we have gotten that pullback, maybe just a little bit more sideways uh, correction here for the next couple of days, retesting this area to see if this will hold as support. If not, we could potentially go back down around that $69,000 level. But I do think once we do that and Bitcoin starts breaking these all-time highs, you're going to start seeing these altcoins rally. We know typically once the Bitcoin gets going, then these other altcoins tend to do so as well. And another chart I've been keeping an eye on is the total three. This is a weekly chart, and so we've seen what the bear market looked like through 2022 into 2023, and then kicked off that run in October last year, which led to this leg up. And now we're putting in this bullish pattern here, this flag pattern. We have broken out of that, retested that, and I suspect that this is going to start taking off at any moment. And if we want to see where this goes, well, we can take that flagpole there and put it up here, and you'll see that the total market cap goes way up for the total three market cap, and that means these altcoins will begin to take off. We have Solana setting at 174. Solana's been one of the strongest altcoins in the layer ones and big cap altcoins. So I do suspect that we will see Solana go back up to retest that $200 level based off that little inverse head and shoulders there that we had on the daily time frame. Once we get through that level, then I think it'll be off to the races for Solana. Again, this can go much higher, and if you take a measurement based off this cup and handle pattern, well, that would put Solana much, much higher. So I do suspect that we could see that happen here in the coming weeks. Another altcoin that has been strong is SUI, ticker symbol SUI. So SUI has been strong, sitting at $1.99, testing that $2 range right now. And we see this a lot with any of these stocks and altcoins when we are in a strong uptrend. And we come back down to retest. If the 382 holds, well, that is typically very bullish for a stock or an altcoin. And that's what we're seeing right now for SUI. We've had quite the run up here in the past several weeks for SUI. And SUI does look very strong right now. So seeing a nice bounce here in the last couple days, and we could move higher very soon. Another altcoin I wanted to mention is Chainlink, ticker symbol LINK. Reason I wanted to mention this, I've mentioned this several times on this channel, but nevertheless, Chainlink is rallying up here the last couple days, and it's looking pretty strong here. We do have this little pattern. Once we break out of that, I do think we are heading back up to this $17 to $19 range. And if we can get through there and hold that, then I do think our next stop will be around $25 for Chainlink. Some of the other coins that have been doing really well this crypto cycle has been meme coins, and honestly, I can't believe I'm even suggesting investing or even thought about investing in a meme coin, but sometimes you have to play what works, and of course, as an investor and trader, you want to make money, and so one of those meme coins is WIF. WIF I consider is a blue chip meme coin, and I wouldn't recommend, uh, putting all of your money into a meme coin. I only recommend a very small percentage of your portfolio, but nevertheless, meme coins seem to be the NFTs from 2021. They really ran up hard earlier this year, and as soon as we started to see those signs of strength for Bitcoin and crypto, these meme coins have really taken off. So, with setting at $2.54 cents right now, looks like it wants to move higher. Been talking about this since we broke out of this downward sloping trend here that we thought we would see WIF take off, and it did. And it did come back down to test the 618 on the fib from this last little move here, and we broke above that, and now we are retesting that 382. So it looks like WIF wants to move higher here. We still have targets of around $7 on WIF in the coming weeks and months. Of course, any of these I would not consider a long-term investment. I would only consider trading them. That means to be in and out of them during the bull run. So we will be looking to take profits on these as these run up and we run into this crypto cycle. Another meme coin is Bonk, ticker symbol BONK. And Bonk right now looks like it's at a very good level. Again, breaking this downward sloping trend line, retesting that area. And I would consider this a good entry for Bonk. And I do think that we will probably go back up to retest these highs here any day now. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, Dog with Hat, Dogecoin, you can do so with iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 in a tax advantage IRA. iTrust Capital offers low cost and no monthly fee, and they have over 5,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. So if you're interested, you can click the link down below, and whenever you use that link, you'll receive an additional $100 in your account. What I like about iTrust is they allow you to roll over a portion or all of your 401k or IRA with iTrust and gain exposure to Bitcoin and crypto. And they actually have people that you can call and talk to when setting up your account. All right, guys, don't forget to go follow me over on X at mindofthefinancier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and I post anything that I see that has to do with the markets over here on X, including stocks, commodities, and crypto. So be sure to go follow me over there as well. And I hope you all are doing well today. It is Wednesday, hump day. So a couple things to keep an eye on this week will be the earnings for the big tech stocks. This week we also have some more data coming out later this week as far as the payrolls. So that will be something to keep an eye on. I do suspect that we may see a little bit of a pullback here or a little bit of weakness potentially in the next couple of days or week or so as we head into the elections. But after that, I do think these markets continue to move higher. And I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, guys, take care, be legendary, and peace out.